I fixed Minecraft with community suggestions.
Ever since Minecraft's conception, the community has come forward to give suggestions on what features they would like to see added into the game. From big mechanics like new dimensions to smaller features like new items. Players have always had ideas for how to make the game better. Some of these suggestions
They need to add a Minecraft server browser. Am I right, guys? What just happened? What am I? Oh, there we go.
Ton of support from the community, but most of them never actually make it into the game. Mojang is also kinda notorious for ignoring
They also need to remove double blast protection armor from the game.
These suggestions, or twisting them into something entirely different. For example, in 2020, the community unanimously asked for lava boats as part of the 1.16 Nether update, and Mojang delivered. But instead of lava boats, Mojang gave us striders, which
what? Bro, an obsidian boat would be amazing.
Honestly was a unique twist on the idea, but turned into an underused feature. They even tried letting us decide directly through community votes, choosing which mobs or biome overhauls would be added. But those votes ended up dividing players more than it ended up uniting us, sparking tons of backlash, and were finally scrapped in 2023. My last few videos have been all about fixing or enriching features Mojang either overlooked or didn't deliver on. But today, I'm doing something different. I'm taking the community's most popular suggestions, adding them into Minecraft myself, and then rating them on whether they should not or should absolutely be added into the game. So I went digging through the highest rated Minecraft suggestions from subreddits and forums, and I picked some of the best ones that players have been asking for. Some of these are small tweaks, some are game-changing mechanics, but they all deserve
Wait, and he's actually adding it. Dude, wait, this is about to be so entertaining.
A fair shot at being tested in the game. Alright, let's start with a rather explosive community suggestion, the explosive barrel. TNT is
Who has asked for an explosive barrel, bro? Who asked for that?
useful for digging large tunnels or clearing land, but it comes with a few annoyances. First, it drops blocks, which fills your inventory with useless junk. Its blast radius is also a bit small, making it somewhat cost inefficient. And finally, TNT clusters are unpredictable. One explosion can send the others flying in strange directions. The explosive barrel solves all of that. It's a more expensive, premium version of TNT, designed specifically for large-scale tunneling and demolition. Its blast radius is larger and consistent, and you can even increase it by adding extra gunpowder before ignition. Blocks like stone, deep slate, gravel, dirt, and cobblestone are completely destroyed, though this does mean ores are gone too. After detonation, nothing is left behind except smoke, and the barrel itself remains in place as a solid block.
I wouldn't be mad if this got added, but I definitely wouldn't ask for it.
So it won't get thrown around like TNT. And honestly, this is a pretty cool idea. It's basically a controlled demolition tool. It doesn't completely replace TNT since it's harder to craft, but it's always nice when players get more options to make their lives easier. Let's follow up the
Y'all like that? That's so good. It's like a respawn anchor? No, I don't see how it's like a respawn anchor at all. The only thing is that it's a TNT where you can make the blast bigger. But I feel like it's just simpler and cleaner to just put down multiple TNT.
explosive barrel with something gentler in addition to feathers. After getting fed up by having to constantly push around mobs inefficiently like this user suggests that holding a feather while punching mobs could deal the regular knockback to them without causing any damage. And
okay. Yeah. Would I want this? I mean, would it make sense to have this in the game? Low-key? Sure. I feel like this would be cool.
I really like this idea. Pushing around mobs can oftentimes be pretty annoying, so this would give players a way to move their pets or other mobs around without hassle. If you want to bump a zombie villager into a hole, you can gently tap it with a feather, making it way easier to reposition mobs in a playful and harmless way. This feature isn't strictly necessary, but it would be a cool little quality of life upgrade. Talking of feathers, the following idea is for feather falling.
Okay.
After accidentally trampling their crops one too many times, this user suggests that farmland shouldn't get trampled if the player is wearing feather-falling boots. And honestly, this is a really smart idea. Not only does this make sense, after all, these boots are meant to soften your fall, but it also gives the player a way to counter one of the most annoying things in the game, of accidentally flattening your crops while running or jumping around. So I believe this should absolutely be a feature in the base game. And while we're already on the topic of enchantments, this next idea adds a brand new enchantment to the game called Step Up.
Step Up. Okay. I already know what this is. It's gonna be when you walk over a block, it like you just go up the block. It would make traveling so easy. But something about the movement just, I feel like it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Isn't that just auto jump? No, auto jump is like a worse version of Step Up. I don't know. It just I feel like it's not clean because like your screen will just jump up, and it just I don't know. I don't think it's just not clean, and it's like a small teleportation, which I guess those are already in the game with slabs when you walk up slabs. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want this or not. I would, just because Minecraft has been like this for so long, I would say nah. I don't think they should be added. But it looks like a lot of y'all would want that.
Applied to
So far, this is the only good idea.
leggings, this enchantment would let players step over blocks without needing to jump, just like horses do when climbing small elevations. It's easy to see how this could be useful in certain situations, though it might also get a little annoying when you accidentally step over blocks you didn't mean to. A simple fix could be to hold shift to disable it when needed. It's not something that feels strictly necessary for the game, but it would definitely be a neat option for players who want smoother movement. The next idea is actually one of my favorite, and it's the door zombie. The zombie is one of the most bare-boned default monsters in Minecraft. It doesn't have any cool or interesting
like
abilities,
Plants vs.
except
Zombies!
its ability to break doors.
Wait, is it gonna
now,
hold
instead
a
of
door?
simply breaking the door, why don't they pick it up once they break it and wield it around like a weapon?
Okay, that's doing a little too much. I don't know if it should slam it on your head. But dude, wait, the door zombies on Plants vs. Zombies were fire. Wait, I feel like that would be cool. Like another variation of zombies that hold a door, and you can't, maybe you just can't hit it while it's holding a door, or maybe you can just hit it like it's a normal zombie, but it just has more health or something. I think that's a good idea. Or maybe you have to, when you attack the zombie, maybe the door breaks first, then you can start attacking the zombie. I think that's actually a cool idea. I like that idea of a zombie holding a door. That looks so nice.
A zombie would either have to break a door or very rarely spawn with one.
Yeah,
it could then
I
use
like
the
that.
door as a shield to protect itself from projectiles like arrows, or in general defend itself from attacks, meaning you would need an axe to disable the shield before dealing damage. It could also hit the player with the door to
I don't know about hitting the player,
deal
though.
additional damage,
Dude, I love this
making it
video.
a rare but tough zombie battle. But why settle for the zombie? This next idea introduces the barrel drowned. The drone, despite being one of the main sources for one of the
barrel
coolest weapons in
drowned.
the game, doesn't really have much going for it, so why not add a cool but rare drone variant that spawns with a barrel around it? This barrel would act like body armor, allowing the drone to withdraw into it for extra defense.
Okay, I could see it. I don't know. Would I want this? Loki, nah, it just doesn't seem that clean of an idea.
And it would take multiple hits to break through. On top of that, the lid on its head would protect it from burning in the sun, giving the drone some much needed variation.
Yeah.
And while we're already on the
Wait,
topic
that
of
does
zombies,
look cool,
let's
though.
finish it off with the pot husk.
Okay.
The pot husk carries a cracked pot
This
filled
is
with
going too
sand on
far.
its head. Once it spots a player, it throws the pot from a distance, shattering it into a dust cloud that inflicts blindness
I like the idea
and makes
a lot,
it difficult
but
to navigate.
I don't
Upon
think it should
defeat,
be in the
pot
game.
husk has a chance to drop sand, giving players a way to automate sand collection. I feel like all the zombie ideas are absolute gems and would definitely give them some much needed quirk. Our next idea is regarding the happy ghast.
Oh.
While many people have argued that it should be faster than it currently is, this idea takes a different approach. Since one of the main functions of the Happy Ghast is to make building easier, why not make it safer too? If a player is working on top of a Happy Ghast and accidentally falls off, it can instantly shoot a powdered snow block beneath them to break the fall. Of course, this idea would only make sense if the drop is high enough to be fatal, otherwise we wouldn't want to get blasted with powdered snow anytime we jumped off our Happy Ghast. And while this is a pretty cute idea, I don't think falling off your Happy Ghast is too big of a concern for most players, but it would certainly add a lot of personality to it. And what better way to continue the Happy Ghast than
You know what I
with the
like
bee
about this
creeper?
video? The bee creeper. I like that this guy like actually is creating everything. Like this is a really high effort video.
Creepers are already a nuisance in any world, and if their explosion alone wasn't bad enough, now we have an even more aggressive variant with a bee nest lodged in its head.
Yo!
Desperate to finally escape the endless bee stings it has to endure, it seeks out players more aggressively to put an end to its misery. This variant is noisier than normal creepers,
Bruh.
constantly emitting buzzing noises
I
that
don't know
make it
about
easier
this.
to detect before it sneaks up on you. Upon exploding, the bee creeper releases a swarm of angry bees determined to finish
wait,
you off.
that is-
However, if
that
you manage
actually
to
kinda
kill
like
it
that,
before
though.
it
It's
explodes,
actually not
you
bad.
will be rewarded with
All
a
these
unique
ideas
creeper-faced
are pretty
beehive
solid.
for taking down this abomination of a creature. The
But
next
it's so
idea is
random.
for copper grates. Copper grates don't really have much practical use right now, so it wouldn't hurt to give them some functionality. Copper grates should allow water to flow through them, creating a one block wide stream instead of requiring
Oh my gosh. No, this guy, how is he coming up with these ideas? Oh my, I love it, bro. Dude, all these ideas are so clean.
bulky 3x2 space
my
for conveyor
gosh.
belts. This would give players the ability to build neat pipelines while
That would
saving
be
space and keeping
amazing.
things organized. Items could pass through the grate and be carried along the water tunnel until they flow out the other side, making for efficient sorting systems. It feels natural too, since grates are already
Yes,
designed to
I know
look
y'all
like
would
a
love
block
that.
water or items could easily pass through. Mojang could always add copper pipes instead, but I feel like this would be a much more Minecrafty way of achieving the same thing, making it quite the practical block. And it is honestly a great idea and should definitely be a feature in the game. The next idea is another mob rework,
Oh
the
my
Bearer of
gosh.
Souls.
Bearer
This
of
variant of the
Souls.
Wither Skeleton doesn't attack directly, but instead wields a soul lantern. These Wither Skeletons summon wisps that float around them, and once they detect any intruders inside the Nether Fortress, the wisps will immediately strike. Each Bearer of
Bro,
Souls
the
can
Nether
only
is
maintain
hard
a maximum
enough.
of 3 wisps
What do you mean,
at a
yes?
time,
Y'all
and the
want
only way
this?
to stop them
This is
is
hard
to
enough.
defeat the Bearer itself, freeing the trapped souls from the Wither Skeleton's wrath. This addition would definitely spice up the Nether Fortresses and give them some much needed
Nether's already so
variation,
hard,
and I would
though.
love to see a similar enemy added to the game. The next idea is pretty silly, but also kind of brilliant.
Y'all
A
like
beacon
that.
anti-air laser cannon.
A beacon anti-air laser cannon? What is this?
This cannon is designed specifically to deal with phantoms. By placing an end crystal on top of a beacon, the beam would focus and transform into your own anti-air
Oh
laser.
my
From then on, the
gosh.
beacon would automatically
Wait,
target
that
and
is
shoot down any
crazy.
flying mobs that enter its
Wait,
airspace,
alright.
including phantoms.
Let me think
ghasts,
of my
and
own idea.
Fletchings. The beam would lock
Birds.
onto one
They should
target
add
at a
birds
time,
into the
dealing
game.
damage
Who
based on the
agrees?
size of the beacon's base, meaning the bigger the base, the stronger the blast. It's a funny concept, but could actually be useful for players who want to build an open-air nether base, which probably isn't many people out there, but this idea also highlights once again the intense hatred felt toward phantoms by most Minecraft
I hate
players.
phantoms.
I actually had a similar suggestion in my biome vote video, where instead of an anti-air laser cannon, I suggested
Wait,
that
a better idea. They should literally just remove phantoms, like 100%. They are so bad. Whenever you're bad at the game, they're really hard to deal with. Like, I played on mobile recently. I played Minecraft mobile for like, I don't know, an hour. And the phantoms, I just couldn't deal with them. I couldn't kill them. I didn't have a bed because it was nighttime. They were just so OP.
vultures could be used to patrol the skies of your base and scare away undead mobs and kill phantoms, which a lot of people seem to like. And let's finish
vultures!
the mob reworks with the suspicious spider. These mushroom-infected spiders are essentially a reimagining of the effect spiders you normally encounter on hard mode. They can spawn with effects like invisibility, regeneration, speed, or strength, but that's not all. When they attack, they also inflict a random negative suspicious stew effect on the
That's
player,
so strong,
ranging
like-
from blindness to
I
poison
don't know.
to weakness, and even on rare occasions,
Maybe on
the
hard
wither
mode,
effect.
that might be good,
The
yeah.
suspicious spider, alongside all the other mob reworks so far, should absolutely be a feature in the game. The next idea is simply amazing and should totally be a feature in the base game: tool trims. Tool trims feel like a natural
Yes.
progression after armor trims.
agrees?
We can already customize
Yes.
our armor, so why not be able to do the same with the tools we use every day? Just like armor trims, tool trims could be discovered in structures across the world, giving the player the
Yes.
chance to unlock
Yes,
unique
bro.
patterns and styles. Imagine being able to give your netherite pickaxe a golden pattern,
Yes.
or adding an emerald trim to
Everyone
your tools
wants that,
to finally
bro.
get the emerald tools you so desperately
Oh my gosh, 0.03% have sword.
wanted. They wouldn't provide any
Bro.
gameplay advantage, but would certainly give the player more ways to customize not only their armor, but tools too. Minecraft has always
Dude, I
heavily
love this
focused
video.
on creativity and self-expression, and tool trims would be another step in giving players a way to make their gear feel truly personal. Talking of customization, there are plenty more features that could benefit from it, like beds. Imagine being able to right-click your bed with a banner of your choice and have the bed take on that exact design. It's a simple way to let
I
players
like
personalize
that.
their
Okay.
bases even
Go back. I want y'all to all pay attention to look at this right here.
and have the bed take on that exact design.
Look what the Iron Golem does.
It's a simple way to let players personalize their bases
Bro.
even more. And speaking of banners, there's so much more you could do with them. Right-clicking a banner with a glow ink sac could make the pattern glow, or if you use a phantom membrane, it could remove the base color entirely, leaving only the pattern behind, essentially giving players graffiti to decorate their worlds.
Never mind. I like that. I take that back. This is amazing. When you say it, it's like graffiti. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that would be so great.
In creative ways. Banners could even be placed on boats to create sailboats,
Oh, yes.
letting you represent your faction or style at
Yes,
sea. Honestly, the
yes.
possibilities for banners
Oh my
are plenty,
gosh.
and it's a feature that could really let players make the most of their worlds. Talking of customization, let's move on to ancient dyes. These would be 4 brand new dye colors: amber, crimson, indigo, and aqua, all harvested from the ancient flowers that the sniffer digs up. Currently, ancient flowers don't really have much purpose beyond looking cool, so why not give players a reason to seek them out by making them the source of new rare dye?
But Okay, you know what? This looks like just yellow wool. But this top left wool, I like that. And like, okay, the rest of these wool look like vanilla wools. But like, if there were a little bit more custom of the color, like if the colors were all a little bit more custom, that's not a bad idea. I low-key like that.
Dyes. Naturally, you'd get crimson and indigo directly from the flowers. But if you mix them with white dye, you can also craft amber and aqua, giving players even more unique color variations to experiment with. But how about customizing arrows using the fletching table? The fletching table has been in the game for a while, and unlike the smithing table, which has gradually gained more functionality, the fletching table hasn't really had a purpose. Sure, you can use it to give a villager the fletcher job, but the block itself doesn't do anything. That's why the fletching table could finally get a meaningful use by letting players craft arrows with unique functionalities. You could combine potion effects into a single arrow.
Oh no, that would be a little too OP. In PvP, that would be a little OP. But, I mean, Minecraft isn't really made for PvP. It's made for, like, single player and like fighting mobs, so in that case, low-key, I kind of like it.
Make effects stronger or last longer, or even craft a quiver that works like a bundle, so you don't have to fill your inventory with dozens of arrow types.
Oh yeah, a quiver is actually an amazing idea. No, 100%. Bro, arrows just take up too much space, and if you could have them in a quiver, I'd like that.
And that's just the start. This user has an interesting approach to the fletching table. Imagine being able to customize every part of the arrow, the base, the shaft, and even the tip. Use a phantom membrane instead of feathers to make it faster, more—
Yes! Bro, I feel, okay, this might be a crazy take, but I feel like no one uses bows and arrows. No one. Maybe they do. Maybe, I don't know the players that play hardcore and or have super long-term worlds. Maybe they all do. But I personally have never used them. But if arrows were more OP and customizable like this, oh, 100%, bro.
Aerodynamic arrow. Swap the shaft for a blaze rod to create arrows that set blocks on fire,
Yo!
or a breeze rod for no gravity arrows. You could even use a prismarine shard as the tip for underwater arrows,
That would be
or
fire!
an amethyst
Oh
shard
my
to shatter
gosh!
fragile blocks like glass or shoot for certain blocks like leaves.
Yo.
You can even mix in some slime to make bouncy arrows, or add in some gunpowder to make them a bit
Hold
explosive.
on now.
You can mix and match and customize arrows to the maximum potential. The possibilities are endless, and while it doesn't have to be exactly like this, giving the fletching table a real use would finally make it a functional block. And speaking of tables, this person suggests adding a composing table. The composing table crafted like this would give goat horns a brand new purpose. The copper goat horn was once a feature in the game, featuring 10 variations, each capable of playing 3 different sounds depending on whether you're looking up, crouching, or neither. The composing table would give this retired feature an amazing new purpose. Players could create their own tunes directly in the table, assigning them to a copper goat horn, and then play the custom composition anytime they wanted. Granted,
That's amazing. No, I love that.
this isn't a necessary feature, but it would definitely be a fun mechanic to mess around with, and maybe even to know your friends a little. And
Hold on, what happened? Why was like the first suggestion like kind of mid? But after that, every single one has been fire.
the process. The next idea combines the best of two worlds, fishing and lighting, the lantern on a stake. It works just like a regular lantern, but without needing to place
Yes.
it down. And it even
Yes.
functions underwater. The best use case I can imagine is tossing it into a cave to light it up,
Yes,
or throwing it
that's a
toward
good
those
idea.
hard to reach spots for a quick look around. I can definitely see how this could be useful,
Oh
though
my
it does lean a
fire.
bit on the gimmicky side. But honestly,
No, I
think
like
we'd
that.
just be
I
fine
like
without
that.
it. Let's continue with the first armor suggestion on the list, the Armadillo plate. This is a chestplate variant crafted with armadillo scutes, with stats comparable to an iron chestplate. Its unique ability allows the player to curl into a ball form when sneaking. In this form, the player gains
I
a
don't know about
defensive
this.
boost and can roll around,
I don't know about
effectively
this.
acting as an active crawling input. This makes navigating one block high spaces much easier, though with the drawback that items can't be used while rolling. The rolling speed matches the
Nah,
player's
I don't know
sneaking
about this
speed,
one.
meaning it could pair well with swift sneak leggings for faster movement.
But,
Additionally,
dude,
entering ball form
I
provides a
love how
stealth
high
advantage.
quality
Players
this
remain
video is,
nearly
though.
invisible as long as mobs don't witness the transformation. Armadillo plates can also be dyed in a similar way to leather armor, allowing for the combination of multiple dyes rather than just 16 dye variants. Overall, this feels like a
It's not
fantastic
Minecraft
idea.
enough?
It
Yeah,
not
I feel
only
like it's
gives
too
Armadillo
crazy.
scutes a valuable new purpose, but it also introduces a creative way to toggle crawling mode in the game. Let's finish things off with a small but surprisingly satisfying suggestion for the watermelon.
Okay.
The community noticed that the watermelon texture in Minecraft is a little off. The stem doesn't actually line up with the top point of the melon, which makes it look kind of awkward.
I agree. Yeah, just rotate it. That's a great idea.
So let's fix that. Now it would be easy to simply rotate the watermelon texture 90 degrees, but we can also extend the stem to actually connect to the top of the block without having to rotate the block itself. Also, it should really be called watermelon instead of just melon. Not sure why
I agree. I would 100% agree.
Mojang hasn't fixed that yet, but let's not stop there. Right now, regular watermelons could need some extra features. Let's make it so that now you can right-click a watermelon block to eat it directly, just like you can with a cake. Each click will restore the equivalent of 2 melon slices worth of hunger.
That... Bro, that might not be a bad idea, but look how weird that texture looks.
Directly, just like you can with a cake. Each click will restore the...
Like, maybe the texture is the problem? I don't know, but I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Equivalent of 2 melon slices worth of hunger and saturation. Let's make the glistening melon also edible, since golden apples and golden carrots are already edible.
Yes.
So it only makes sense that a glistening watermelon...
Bro, no one eats watermelon, but if you can eat glistening watermelons that are almost as good as like golden carrots, amazing, amazing. Definitely add that.
Given its use in brewing instant health potions, should also be consumable. Eating one would regenerate a single heart, functioning as a quick on-the-go healing item. On top of that, players should be able to craft glistering melon blocks that will serve both aesthetic and functional purposes. You can place one down, and just like that, you can right-click it to gain a short regeneration effect. And these were among the highest rated community suggestions I could find.
Wait, actually imagine that though. Imagine you're in the middle of PvP and you have a stack of glistening melon blocks. And you're like, oh my god, I need to heal up instantly. You just spam click as fast as you can and eat as many glistening melon blocks as you can to get 1 heart every single time you click.
Gain a short regeneration effect. And these were among the highest rated community suggestions I could find. Let me know in the comments which one you enjoyed most. I would love to see in the game. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video,
this guy's at 179k subs, so he's already massive. This video just came out. I think I can already imagine this video getting an absurd amount of views. I love this video so much. Let me spam the link in the chat. If my editor decides to post this on the second channel, I hope check the description, and you guys can all subscribe to him there.